Back to another exciting day of Algebra 2. Today we are going to be solving log equations using the log properties of expanding and condensing that you are now familiar with. So remember, the steps to solving a log equation are isolate your log expression, rewrite the equation in exponential form, and then just use your algebra skills to solve for the variable. The thing that's different here is that when we are isolating that log, we are going to have to condense into one single log first. So let's jump right into number 1. I have 2 logs being subtracted, which tells me I'm going to be using my division property to condense that to log base 9 of 3 over negative 2x, and that equals 2. Now, my log is a single log that has been isolated, so I'm ready to go to step 2, which is write it in exponential form. So 9 squared equals 3 over negative 2x. 9 squared is 81. I need to get x out of the denominator, so I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 2x. So this is going to be negative 162x equals 3. So I'm going to divide both sides in my calculator and have it tell me that as a fraction. Math, enter. Oops, wrong button. Enter, enter. Negative 1 over 54. All right, let's keep going. Number 2. Again, I have subtraction, which tells me to use my division property. So log base 9 of negative 3x over 7 equals 2. Writing that as an exponential, again, I have 9 squared, which is still 81. In this case, I have to multiply by 7. And then I'm going to divide by negative 3, and in my calculator, I'm going to have it tell me what that is as a fraction. And it is a whole number, no fraction needed, negative 189. Okay, on to our next row, number 3. Surprise, surprise, I have more subtraction, which tells me to use my division property. Writing that as an exponential. And 4 to the third is 64. And if I multiply both sides by negative 2, I'm going to find that x is equal to negative 128. Okay, on to number 4. Again, division property seems to be really popular here today. Writing it as an exponential. Again, I'm going to multiply to get x out of the denominator. 72x equals 3, so I'm going to divide both sides and have my calculator tell me what that is as a simplified fraction, and that is going to be 1 over 24. Last 2. On number 5, I have a log on each side. So what I need to do is move one of these logs to the opposite side using subtraction. So I'm going to do that first. Log of 6 plus log of negative 5x minus log of 48, and that is now equal to 0. So I have 3 logs. I'm going to be using my multiplication property for the first 2 and then division for the last one. So that's going to look like log of 6 times negative 5x over 48 equals 0. Well, 6 times negative 5x is negative 30x. Now I'm ready to write this as an exponential. Remember, when there's no number given for the base, we assume it's 10. So 10 to the 0 equals negative 30x over 48. Well, anything to the 0 power is 1. So I am going to be taking that 1 and I am going to multiply by 48 and then divide by negative 30 to get that x as a fraction. Sorry about that bell. Is negative 8/5. Okay, on to our final one. Division property. Writing it as an exponential. Now, to get rid of my denominator, I'm going to be multiplying both sides by x minus 3. And what I need to make sure I don't forget to do on the left side is distribute that 49. And that canceled. Now I can move all of my x's to the same side and divide, and my final answer as a fraction is 49/16. And that's it for our notes today.